today we are going to be learning about poetic devices and literary devices and, you know, all that jazz like that. Can anybody tell me what a literary device is? No? Alright, well I'm about to teach you. So you can go ahead and click that. Alright, so today we're going to be learning about applying like personification and apostrophe to Sandburg's poem. And we're going to give everybody a copy of Chicago in just 1 second. Alright, so a literary device is a specific language technique in which writers use to create text that is clear, interesting, and fun. So if I just said, oh yeah, there was a storm and everything was cool and there was a house, that's kind of boring and dull and ridiculous and no one wants to read that. But if I said something along like, all the clouds were kind of ominous around this dark, creepy house, that automatically sounds more interesting and engaging, you know? It sounds a little bit better, don't you guys think? So, we're going to write up a list of all the poetic and literary devices that you guys already know about. So if you could take out a piece of paper, we're going to be writing down all the sorts of devices that you guys already know. Does anybody have one? Yep.
I think this is an alliteration.
Yes. Do you know what that means?
I think it's when like the first letter of each sentence is the same. But
Yep, so like silly snakes slither. That's alliteration. That could be a term of alliteration. Did we need another one?
Simile.
Simile? What is a simile? Do you know?
Comparison using like that.
Can you give me an example of one?
No.
Fair enough. An example of a simile could be like, she was as bright as the sun, or something like that. Anybody else know an example? Yep.
personification.
Do you know what that is?
When you give like non-human objects like human qualities.
Alright guys, I'm going to pass out a copy of Chicago. Does anyone, do you guys know if there's any other literary devices in the poem besides just personification and apostrophe? Like some of the ones we already named? I know I wrote down that there's definitely some repetition in the poem of like laughing, and the last few stanzas they use laughing a lot. He's kind of emphasizing that they're laughing because the city is so great. And they also use repetition when they're saying they tell me you are, to kind of get that point across that this is what everyone's telling him, that the city basically sucks, but he knows it doesn't. I also saw a little bit of alliteration and a little bit of consonants. Does anybody know what consonants is? No? Nobody knows? Come on guys, we learned this last week. You should know this by now. Consonants is when consonants, obviously, repeat at the end or middle of words. It's basically the same thing as alliteration, but alliteration is at the beginning of words and not in the middle. So in the 6th stanza, where it starts flinging magnetic curses, we see a little bit of alliteration where it says slugger set, and that kind of rolls off the tongue, and then you see consonants with little, soft cities. Everybody see that? See where I pointed that out? Alright. What do you guys think the speaker's attitude towards the city is? This is a pretty easy question. Everyone should know this.
He's proud.
He's proud? Yeah?
Trying to show off everybody what he thinks instead of what everybody else or what they say.
Yeah, that's really good. Does anyone, where in the poem does the attitude of the speaker show? Where in the stanzas does it show that he's proud of the city? Well, I pointed out earlier that there's a turning point in the poem, and it's what she just read over here. Does anyone want to tell me what that is? Or what stanza that is? 4th? Yep. No, the 4th and the 5th stanza are the turning point where he decides to say, and this is his real attitude towards the city.